Alright, we're just going to run right up to these guys to pull them, and just go up to them to initiate combat, then just turn around right away.
My people are different.
Make sure that you get out of the room as fast as possible.
After the Sunwell was destroyed.
The door right here that I'm passing through will close after a few seconds of combat, so you want to make sure that you run out of the room before that door closes. You cannot do the encounter if you get stuck in the room. So basically, the overarching theme of what I'm going to be doing here to solo this fight is I want to physically separate the 4 adds as much as possible, okay? And that's really important because each of the adds has a pretty brutal CC. On their own, like one by one, the adds are very easy to kill, but if you have to fight all 4 at once, it becomes physically impossible unless you get massively lucky with resists to handle all 4 of them on top of each other at once. You don't want to do that. So I'm going to run all the way back here to the very start of the instance, to the doorway. And I'm going to take the first 2 adds all the way back here. Now the first add, Thaladred the Darkener, walks amazingly slowly. So it's going to take him a long time to walk over all the way to the start of the instance. So I may just fast forward the clip here. But I promise you he's coming, so just run yourself all the way back to the start of the dungeon. Now, it's also important because Thaladred knocks you backwards. That's his CC, okay? So what you don't want to do is wait right at the gate of the instance here, and then get punted backwards by Thaladred through this instance gate. I've been stupid enough to do that once or twice. That's really no good. You don't need to drag him all the way to the gate. Up here in this room is more than good enough. And basically you can just put your back to a wall like this, and you'll be good to go. He'll just punch you backwards, of course, into a wall. And the same thing is going to go for the next add when he comes. He fears you, and once again, you know, you do not want to be right next to the instance gate because you can be feared out of the instance, which will just reset the encounter, and it'll just cost you a bunch of minutes of wasted time, basically. So I'm going to sit here looking. There we go. There's Thaladred coming down the hallway, finally. Right, Thaladred also silences, which is, once again, pretty brutal if you have to fight all 4 of them on top of each other. So I've killed Thaladred. Obviously just super, super easy to kill them one by one. And I'm still standing here by the gate here, the instance gate. I'm just waiting for Lord Sanguinar to come down here, and I'm going to kill him as well right here near the entrance. Now, when I'm thinking about physically separating the adds as much as possible, remember that, you know, Thaladred the Darkener walks at like 1 mile an hour. So even if I kill these guys next to each other, if I run all the way back towards the chamber, Lord Sanguinar, when they all resurrect together, is still going to get to me way before Thaladred. So I'm not worried about having to fight these 2 guys at once. I'm just going to human racial out of that fear. It could help, by the way, to have a PvP trinket equipped for this. Now, here's what's important. As soon as I kill Lord Sanguinar, like the microsecond that you kill Lord Sanguinar, okay, you need to start running towards the boss's room one more time. And the timing of this works out that the next ad that comes, Grand Astromancer CAPERNIAN, the female ad, as I'll probably refer to her from now on, is running towards me. And what I want to make sure that I do is I want to kill her in this room, this small little kind of chamber room up here on the way to the boss's room. And there's a very good reason for that. She's going to be coming out any second now. She'll be coming out from around that corner. And I'm just going to anti-magic shell through this to make sure that I do not get punted off of the ledge. That's really bad. See, like that, if that happens and I get punted down, that's really annoying. It sets you way back. I'm going to LOS her around this corner, and now I'm going to kill her in this tiny room. Okay, I'm probably going to get conflagrated here. That is her CC. this is the really key piece. It's the longest CC of this fight, and it's really important, really, really important that you kill her in this tiny room. If you don't kill her in this tiny room, you're going to have problems, alright? So, I'm going to go ahead and reapply Bone Shield, and I am going to now keep running. I'm going to go ahead and room tap, get my health back. And now I'm going to kill the 4th ad. Remember, I'm pinging on the mini-map up here. I just killed her here. I'm going to kill the next guy all the way up here, as close as I can to the final boss's chamber, okay? So, once again, I'm trying to physically separate this ad as much as possible from the chick. The chick is this, you have to kill her first. It's the single most important part of the fight. And I want to separate all 3 of these ads as much as possible from the chick. Kael'Thas Sunstrider is summoning his weapons right now. Reapply Bone Shield. And here come the weapons. You can see they're running after me. So this is what's super important, okay? I'm running back down to where I killed the chick. And that is where I'm going to fight all of the weapons. And you want to, some of the weapons are actually ranged, so you want to make sure that you LOS the ranged weapons so that they come around the corner to you and they're super easy to kill. And you want to make sure that you kill them on top of this chick. And you'll see why in just a second. You remember that her CC is that conflagrate. She also pushes you back. Super annoying. Just gonna interrupt that heal. Fighting all this stuff around the corner here. Forcing it to fight on top of me. As soon as I kill all of these weapons, the boss is gonna resurrect all 4 ads at the same time. And because I kill these weapons right here, I'm going to be standing on top of this chick when the boss resurrects. Okay? That's super, super important. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow some cooldowns. Okay? You're going to see Kael'Thas start to emote here in a second. Basically, 5 seconds or so after I kill the weapons, I'm going to pop my pet, reapply Horn of Winter, reapply my shield. There we go. The chick is now rezzed, and I'm going to human racial that, apply my diseases. Again, if you have a PvP trinket, use that instead. See how she's like pushing me around? It's actually kind of hard to kill this chick as a DK. Like, you got to get up in her face to do damage. She keeps pushing you back and conflagrating you. Like, this is pretty brutal, and thank God my pet is over there working on her, and she's only got 40,000 HP at this point. I'm going to go ahead and death coil once or twice, make sure that she dies. Alright, the chick is dead, so basically the fight is pretty much over at this point. So I'm just going to run out here, and once again, I'm going to LOS. I don't want to stand here, I want to stand around this corner a little bit, so that Kael'Thas has to come around the corner here to kill me. Kael'Thas is going to do a couple things. He's going to summon the equivalent of a void zone on the ground. You don't want to stand in that pillar of flame. That's a lot of damage, and it goes very badly for you if you stand in it. He also casts fireballs. The fireballs hit for about 17,000. They can be interrupted. The big one is Pyroblast, and that hits for like 35 or 40,000. You really want to make sure that you interrupt Pyroblast. So I trinketed that, human racial trinketed, and I interrupted the first fireball. So I just made a mistake there because I'm talking to the camera. I'm going to eat shit here, I'm going to be honest. I'm about to take a lot of damage. Oh, thankfully my anti-magic shell lasted through that Pyroblast. So I ended up not taking too much damage. But you will get Arcane Disrupted, conflagged basically, and you're going to eat some damage here. So you want to just accept the fact that you're going to eat damage. Anti-magic shell when you can. Don't even really worry about these Phoenix ads. They're not a huge concern. They don't do much damage. You can kill them really anytime. So I interrupted that fireball. Continuing to work on Kael'Thas. I'm going to eat a fireball or two here. 40,000 damage. So there's now 2 ads up. Again, just not too much concern. You go ahead and interrupt that. Spread my diseases on these things and put some AoE down. I'm going to shield through this Pyroblast. And I wait right until the end of his Pyroblast cast to shield, so that I can actually shield through 2 successive Pyroblast casts if I have to. Now at 50%, the boss runs back to his chamber to become boss mode Supreme Commander. The difference in this next phase of the fight is that the boss is going to cast Gravity Lapse on you. Gravity Lapse is going to make you jump off the floor, and then you're going to start swimming around in the air for, I think it's like 15 seconds or something like that. The boss will also summon you to him if you're not in line of sight when he casts Gravity Lapse. So what you're going to see here is, like, I'm going to be standing here. I'm going to teleport to the boss. The boss, rather, is going to teleport me to him when he casts Gravity Lapse. The really key thing, even at level 85, is that when he teleports you to him, okay, when he pulls you into him, you immediately need to run away from him. If you stand next to the boss, he puts down this like nether vapor, which starts to stack up on you very quickly, and each stack reduces your maximum HP by 10%. Good. So there's the summon. He put me in Gravity Lapse, and look, all I'm doing right now is I'm just running away. Gravity Lapse is ending. Make sure that you're not too high above the ground here, so that you don't take fall damage when it ends. Go ahead and get my health back, reapply Bone Shield. Go right back to LOSing him. Watching him on the mini-map. I get Arcane Disrupted, put down D&D. Here comes the boss. Interrupt that fireball. Reapply my diseases. Move out of the void zone. Summon my pet. I can get my health back a little more. I'm going to eat a little bit of damage here, but I know he's going to do some damage to me. And Gravity Lapse is coming again pretty soon here, so I'm just waiting for that, really. Interrupt that fireball. Here comes Gravity Lapse. So once again, I'm going to Path of Frost here, so that I don't take fall damage if I hit the ground. That's not talented, whatchamacallit, a glyphed ability there. I can do damage to him right now, but again, he's got that 80,000 damage shield. I'm just going to sit here and wait until this expires. There's really no reason to walk in there and take damage. This is just an execution fight. You should never lose this fight if you execute even remotely decently. So don't get greedy, basically, and make a mistake. Interrupt this fireball. Don't even worry about the ads. I'm gonna eat a little damage here. This punt backwards, he summoned me to him there while I was in midair, I guess because he couldn't reach me. Which is a little crazy. I don't think I've seen that happen yet. But it is what it is, and I'm going to eat some damage here. You can see that I got 3 stacks of that debuff on me. That is not fun. I'm going to get my health back here by death striking him. Somewhat weird encounter here. I've actually never had that happen where I got punted backwards but then summoned and then taking that much damage. I just went ahead and human racial through that and death struck to kill him just to make sure that I didn't die. I'm taking a little conflag damage there, and my health has been reduced by 30%. Leaving combat. 300 gold. Some fatty loots, but no mount.